Hello everyone. So well, guess what? I have in this case two decks of playing cards, all right? So I have the blue one and the red one. Now my question to you is, which one do you want? The blue one? The red one? Okay, you can keep it. All right. So for me, I'm going to use the blue ones. So I want you to be aware that all the cards are mixed, okay? So all I'm going to do, I'm just gonna dribble the cards like that. And I'm just gonna ask you to say stop anywhere you want, okay? It doesn't matter where.
Stop.
Right there. Now, do you wanna change it? Well, you stop in a 5 of diamonds. It doesn't matter if I look at it, but do you want the 5 of diamonds or you wanna change it?
Red.
This one. Are you sure? Okay, that's fine. So since I'm not gonna use this deck, I'm gonna put it away. And we are going to use the red one. So since this is the deck, the color that you picked, I'm gonna ask you to open your hand like that. And right now, as you can see, everything, before we do anything else, everything is mixed, everything is different. And can you please put one card at a time, face up in my hand. So whenever you find the 5 of diamonds, that's fine, go ahead. Whenever we find the 5 of diamonds, as you can see, I'm going to ask you to stop, okay, in the 5 of diamonds. Everybody can see? Okay, that's fine. So far, we have the 5 of hearts, but no 5 of diamonds. Almost done. We have 5 cards left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, guess what? I was forgetting something. This deck is my prediction deck. You know why? Because I'm missing one card. I don't know if you count them, but I only have 51. You know why? Because this card is the card that I was missing from this deck. Thank you very much. So as you notice, I have two decks, the blue one and the red one, all right? In the blue deck, in reality, every card is different, okay? But it has red cards. Every other card is a red card. But they think this is the blue deck. And because I cut the blue cards 1 millimeter, at this point, you're supposed to have a corner rounder, so you can round the corners. Every time you short the card for 1 millimeter, it's better you have a corner rounder. And so you don't have to struggle a lot rounding the corners. And when you dribble, because the blue cards are shorter, every time I dribble the red ones, the blue one is gonna fall right on top of the red ones. So that's why you don't see the red ones over here, because all the blue cards are shorter and my thumb cannot really get a grip on the blue cards, only on the red ones. Anyway, you can short all the cards like this, and all the cards are different. Now, how are you supposed to prepare the blue deck? Okay, so let me give you an example. You have to organize the blue deck from the ace to the king, all the way through. But make sure you keep all the same colors together. Why? Because every suit has 13 cards, which is an odd number. So every time you're gonna odd-jog, okay, all the odd-jog cards are gonna be the blue one, or representing the blue ones. And I don't wanna keep the same values, for example, the aces, the same aces or the same color for a blue deck. So I want one value of each color in mixed up suits. And go all the way through with the black ones and the red ones, okay? So all these 26 odd-jog cards represent the blue deck, the blue cards, and all the in-jog cards represent the red cards, okay? So you are gonna end up with 52 cards in total, but with different values. I mean, it is a completely normal deck in the face because they're all different. It has 52 cards, but in the back, they all alternated in colors, every other card. And at this point, because the card all the way on top is blue and the one all the way at the bottom is red, you can cut and complete, and the sequence, it will never change. You can even cut it in several packets, okay? It doesn't matter the sequence you end up, you will always have the same alternated colors, okay, every other card. That's the good thing about it. You will never gonna end up mixing the sequence or the alternated colors. And because these red cards, I get them from a red deck, I get 26 from the red deck and I put it over here. And therefore, I'm gonna end up with 26 cards. And to complete, this is the red deck is the only deck that it has repeated cards. Let me give you an example. Okay, right here. I'm gonna spread them. They're all red. That's why I need a duplicate red deck so I can complete the rest of the 26 cards and give me 52 cards in total in the same volume. Except for the Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades is not included obviously over here in this blue deck. This is not repeated. I'm gonna explain why later. But notice I have the 4 of clubs over here and then the 7 of hearts. I try to keep the same sequence. When you use the 26 card and put it over here, the rest of the red cards, you're gonna mix them up and repeat the same sequence from the second red deck. Okay, so they all have the same cards in the same colors and the same values and suits all the way through. Don't put the same duplicated cards right next to each other. I want at least 25 or 26 cards distance, so the spectator doesn't spot the same duplicated cards right away. And this is going to be the only single card, the Ace of Spades, or whatever card. Doesn't have to be the Ace of Spades. This is going to be all the way on top. And from the blue deck, when I ask the spectator to say stop, obviously I give the spectator this card. Okay, this is the red one, obviously. And then I did this. I show the blue one. That move is not really a big deal. You don't have to do that. You can just dribble, give this red card away, and just a square, and that's it. But I end up doing this, little gesture. Just flash the blue color, the blue back, just so everything looks fair and looks blue. But that's a little subtlety that I don't think is a big deal or you have to remember. I just did it. But if you have a really old deck, you probably don't want to do that, because when you peel off the bottom card just to square, if you're using really old decks, you may end up peeling the bottom, and then you're gonna end up with a second card stick right behind, so you don't want to flash that. Anyway, once they already choose the card and leave it outside, obviously the spectator is gonna use the second deck to find the card that they stop. And I don't want the spectator to look for a card this way, because by the time the spectator is looking and is spreading on themselves the deck of playing cards, laymen, they are not really good handling deck of playing cards, and they probably don't even square properly. They may end up spotting the same duplicated cards later in the spread. I'd rather ask the spectator to put one card at a time on the table and stop on a chosen card from the blue deck. And they can stop at any time they find a card, but they will obviously never find it, because the red cards that are included in the blue deck, they're missing on this one. That's why I'm using duplicated. And when they get on the duplicated cards, because when they put on the table face up, they may cover most of the cards, but they still can get a glimpse. So to me, it was better if they put it on my hand so I can square it up on my own hand, so you don't have to end up flashing the duplicate. Okay, everything is getting square, and they will go all the way through. So because they put in one card at a time, by the time they get on the duplicate, they will most likely forget about the duplicate card, because they are paying attention on their card, which is, for example, I have the 9 of spades over here. That means the 9 of clubs, it should be on the blue deck. And they will end up showing the 9 of spades 2 times. Hopefully they don't remember the duplicates. Okay, so that's it. And the Ace of spades, that's why I don't have a duplicate. So this is the cover in case you show it, so they don't spot the duplicate of 4 of clubs when they get on the over here on the other 4 of clubs over here in the center. Okay, so lastly, you notice in the beginning of the performance, I did a Magician's Force. It's not really even a big deal. I don't think it's gonna make a big difference, but that's gonna be up to you. You wanna use the Magician's Force or not? And as you remember, in the beginning of the performance, I told the spectator I had the blue deck and the red one. Which one do you want? If they want the red one, then I just give it to them, and that's the one they're going to use because they picked this one. If they pick the blue one, then I'm gonna put this one away, and I'm gonna open the blue one. I'm gonna end up using the blue one at the beginning anyway, so they don't really know why I'm asking which deck do you want to use, just to make it a little better, but it's not really a big deal. If you don't want to use the Magician's Force at the beginning, that's fine. The main situation of this performance is the dialogue and the way you present it. Okay, maybe you want to use the dialogue that I use in the performance. That's gonna be up to you, but it really isn't really convenient, to be honest, because how easy it is. Now you're probably wondering, what can you do with the rest of the 26 blue cards and the remaining 26 red cards? Well, you can build other deco playing cards like the Rough Force. And you want to know the Rough Force, which is a really amazing and really convenient and convincing force, one of the easiest forces. Just go to the video description, which uses 26 cards as well. Or you want to know the Triumph, the variation number 5, go to this video description and the link number 1 and number 2. So you can build other deco playing cards with the remaining 26 cards of each color, so you don't have to waste them, okay? So that's about it. If you still have any questions, make sure you post it in the comment section down below. And I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial.